Have you ever handed your toddler your phone and thought, am I ruining their brain forever? I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I am here to give you the facts about screen time and its impact on your little one's development. And I want to give you strategies that are going to help you make the most of screen time if that's part of your little one's routine. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to make a plan and feel in control of screen time and also positive about the choices you're making for your little one. Let's get started. You probably already know that there are guidelines around screen use for really little kids. And there's a reason for this. Research tells us that screen time has an impact on a child's development in many different ways. It's super important to understand that babies and toddlers don't learn from screen time, even though some shows are marketed as being educational. Babies and toddlers learn from those back and forth interactions with all of the adults that are there in their everyday lives. These adults are tuning into them, looking at what they're interested, and responding to exactly what they need at that moment. Now, it's really easy to get tricked into thinking that there are some educational programs out there for babies and toddlers. And look, this is simply not true. And I don't want you to be fooled by those YouTubers out there that claim that their videos are really helpful for babies' development. So just because 236 million parents think that this 3-hour video for babies is good for their development, I am here to help you make smarter choices. So what are the facts? What does research tell us about the impact of screen time on language development and also other skills for babies and toddlers? So we know that excessive screen watching, particularly when babies or toddlers are watching on their own, can lead to delayed language development. And even when children do start to learn language, it can cause them to have a smaller vocabulary. So that's both the words that they understand and also the words that they use. It can have a big impact on their social skills, and it can also impact a baby's and toddler's ability to pay attention, focus, and solve problems. Now, really one of the biggest issues about screen time is the opportunities that it takes away for your child to have those real life interactions and learn some of those important skills they need as babies and toddlers. Learning to communicate, learning social interactions, and learning to play. If you want to learn a bit more about what the research says about all these areas of development and the impact screen time has, I've linked to a few key research papers in the description below. All right, I am a parent just like you, and with my firstborn, I had great intentions that they would never watch a screen, at least, not until they'd started school. And of course, that was not the case. Screen time happens every day in our family, in our life, and that's okay. We did really manage to avoid most screen time until my firstborn was about 2. And then I became pregnant with our second baby, and I was so exhausted. Come afternoon, we just needed some time out on the couch. And that's when screen time became a bit of a part of our everyday. But what did I do and how did I make that a positive experience for my little one? Well, I knew there were 5 things that I needed to think about to make sure we were getting the most out of screen time. The first was to choose programs that were made for children. Now, this is really important. We don't want babies and toddlers watching content that isn't even for kids. So first of all, it had to be made for kids. Second, I chose content that was really slow paced. You'll find a whole lot of super stimulating shows out there on YouTube and on TV, but slow paced is what babies and toddlers need. And although they're going to be really intrigued and probably mesmerized by those fast paced shows, they're not great for their brain development. The third thing was to choose shows that had real people talking about real things that encouraged interaction with my little one. The fourth was that we always watched together. And yes, sometimes I was lying on the couch, but we were always watching together, which meant that we could talk about what we were seeing, we could sing the songs together, and we could even talk about it later after screen time had finished. And the fifth thing, the last thing, was that we only ever watched for a maximum of half an hour. There was a really clear beginning and end to screen time, and it wasn't on an endless loop for my little one. Now, I think it's really important to think every time you hand over that tablet, that phone, or turn the TV on is, does my little one really need screen time right now? What are they missing out on by just being glued to the screen? Is there something that we could be doing together instead? Or if you really need to get something done, what other play activities could they be doing on their own? And as many of you know, screen time can have some really unintended consequences. Babies and toddlers find screen time so stimulating, sometimes overstimulating, but it can be really hard when it's time for them to transition off the screen. And that's where you can sometimes see some of those real epic tantrums. And while screen time can be a bit of a quick fix if you need to get something done, what it's doing is robbing them of opportunities to learn how to play on their own for longer and longer periods of time. If they develop those play skills, then you'll find that you don't need screen time nearly half as much. All right, so it is okay if screen time is part of your child's day. Just make sure it's really an intentional choice and you're not just auto-playing some random YouTube playlist. And be really clear about how much screen time they're going to have and when it's going to finish. To help with that transition, it's always great to talk about what you'll be doing after screen time. And I love it when green time comes after screen time. So after screens, get outside and play together. And my 2 other golden screen time rules. No screens at mealtime and no screens in the hour before bed. If you set limits now, it will help so much as your child grows, because the more they watch, the more they'll want to watch. Limit their screen time now and expand their mind. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. That helps other parents find it just like you. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video. And let me know in the comments below how you have made positive changes to your little one's screen time. If you want some fun and free activities for your toddler to do, then check out this video right now. See you next time.